Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to go over what you can be doing as a fresh level 90 crafter and or gatherer. This will go over gearing, melding, rotations, some easy crafts and gatherables to get you started on guild making, and any and all important unlocks for your crafting and gathering class. So with that being said, let's get into it. The first section is important unlocks. So now that you've hit level 90 in your crafter or gatherer, you're probably missing a few class quests. If you've done them all, that's great, but if you haven't, you need to do them at least up to the level 65 quest. Finish that one because these class quests allow you to regain abilities which are crucial for your crafting and gathering rotation. So finish up to the level 65 class quest for both gatherers and crafters and you'll be totally good to go. Of course, you can go ahead and finish it because there is a storyline and you probably will enjoy it as well. The second thing you should go ahead and unlock is unlocking the quests in Old Shylian. This will allow us to easily craft some items without needing hardly any investment and allow us to make gil without the market board later on. Now I will go more in depth on that later, but first all you need to get this quest ready and done, the Leves of Old Shylian, from the NPC Greg here, is the main story quest at level 80, Old Shylian, new to you. If you're not yet level 90 and you do need a good source of XP from 80 to 90, this is the place to do it, whether you're a crafter or a gatherer. The third thing that you should go ahead and unlock once you hit level 90, if you haven't already, is the script vendor. This will allow us to obtain master books which are needed for endgame crafting and gathering and gearing. First, you need to complete the quest Inscrutable Taste from Morgaine here and Foundation, then head over to Mordona, talk to Laird Delona, and complete the quest Go West Craftsman. Each of the script vendors from the previous expansions are shown here, Galliena, Moen, and Offpleona, but if you want to unlock the current script vendor, all you have to do is go to Offpleona and Rats at Hand. The next thing that's important to unlock is to unlock master books. Now all you have to do is to come here in Mordona, speak to Guiding Star, and finish the quest just tooling around. You do have to complete this quest while wearing a level 50 main hand crafter tool, but after you finish this quest, you can unlock all master books. In the Crystarium, there is a Sundry Splendors NPC which offers each and every single one of the master books, and for the crafters, it's under crafting supplies and master recipes, and for gatherers it's under gathering supplies and folklore items. The next thing to unlock is melding and materia extraction. Now melding is not fully necessary since there are NPCs that can do it for you, but for crafters it is extremely crucial since when you're crafting you can be passively making income via spirit bonding. Now for unlocking melding, you can talk to Metamix Bubbly Pots right here in the Bonfire Central Thanalan and completing the side quest Melding Materia Muchly. And to unlock Materia Extraction, talk to Swine Bros here in the Bonfire and complete the side quest Forging the Spirit. And the last and final things that are important for you to unlock is spearfishing and ephemeral nodes. Now, for ephemeral nodes, you do have to unlock Ethereal Reduction by completing the level 56 quest, No Longer a Collectible. You can get this quest here in Mordona from Laird Delana. To use your Ethereal Reduction, you have to. This only works with certain nodes, which will allow you to retrieve Aether Sands and other things. And of course, I do have a full video going in depth with each and every single one of the Aether Sand time nodes, so you can go up right and watch that. But basically, once you gather one of these nodes, you can come here into the General Actions tab, go here to Ethereal Reduction, click on it, and there will be a window of each and every single item that you're able to Ethereal Reduct. That way, you can get crystals and your Aether Sands. And to unlock spearfishing, which is necessary to catch some of the current Aether Sands with your fisher, is the new fishing experience. And it's around here in the Ruby Sea from the quest giver Sumitsuba. All that's required is a fisher at level 61, and the fisher quest Way of the Fisher, which is the level 1 Fisher class, so I'm pretty sure you'll be totally okay. Now, the next section is gearing. After you've finished each and every single one of those important unlocks, now you can get started with your gear. Now, there are currently 2 ways to gear up for your crafter and your gatherer: the crafted crafter and gatherer gear, and the script crafter and gatherer gear. I personally recommend the crafted gear because these stats are improvable with pentamelding, and especially if you want to be doing endgame crafting consistently, pentamelding is really a must. You will save on a lot of consumables such as syrups as you craft, since I currently only need food without potions to craft a high level piece, and I require no HQ materials. Crafted gear is also extremely cheap, and if you server hop, you can easily find many pieces around or under 100k per each. But if you are planning on pentamelding, you absolutely need the crafted gear because you can't pentameld the script gear. But the script gear is also good if you don't really have any guild to start off with, and the script gear can also still craft each and every single one of the endgame pieces, but you may require a high quality intermediate or a mixture of food and your crafting syrup. Another issue with script gear is that you need a set for each and every single class. There is not yet one blue set for all crafters and one blue set for all gatherers. Unlike the crafted set, you can have one set of crafter gear and a one set of gatherer gear for your fisher, miner, and botanist, and for each and every single crafter class. But if you are interested in the script gear, here it is: the under gatherer script gear and purple script exchange. And for crafters, it's under crafter script gear and purple script exchange. I will of course include my endgame macros, any starter macros, and any other macros that I will mention in the video down below. But now let's get into melding. Now, Team Craft Guides has an absolutely beautiful and well-made melding list, so I will link their website down below. But here you can see the crafter's mid-tier and high-tier set. You can either scrap up the mid-tier set if you don't have very much guild to begin with, but if you have plenty of guild to begin with, then you can of course go directly into the high-tier meld set. This allows me to have the same exact set on my weaver and all my crafters. I can easily craft anything endgame, whether it would be potions, food, and gear without needing any syrup. I only need the high quality Sai Vonu Vonu. For gathering, you can come here to the Gathering Melding Guide, and they also have a mid-tier set and a high-tier set. So depending on your guild, you can either go with the mid-tier or the high-tier. But I also have the high tier. I can easily get a ton of Aether Sands without any problems with my rotation, and I have plenty of GP to easily max out the collectability of each node. And again, if you're interested on the rotations of gathering collectibles and Aether Sands, the video that I will list down below is for you. Now, how do you start melding? Well, if you have your crafters leveled and your melding unlocked, you can meld every piece of gear yourself. But if you don't, you can come here and Radzat Han or to any Materia melder and you can meld here. The more Materia that you attach to the piece, the likelihood it will attach. It goes from around 100%, 100%, depending on the piece. If it's a chest piece or a leg piece, it is 200%. So you usually pay attention to the list and see that each of the 100% pieces have a Materia 10. You want your highest level of Materia first. The second and third try would be around 17%, and it can go all the way down till 5%. So it is a arduous process where you will lose a lot of money if you're unlucky, but it's what's needed to get your fully pentamelded gear. Now, I didn't even finish melding my chondrite needle, but as you can see, each and every single one of the other pieces are fully done and melded. The next section is low effort crafts and gatherables. So now once you're melded or comfortable with your gear, we can start on some low effort crafts and gatherables. Now, of course, a lot of these do require a level 90 crafter or gatherer, but we'll start off with the Leave quest turn-ins. If you do have Leave quests available, you can get 10k gil per turn-in. And the best thing is we don't have to rely on other people for selling these. We can just directly get the gil from the Leave quest. And I do have an entire list for each and every single class. You don't have to be a weaver, alchemist, or culinarian. Each one is totally viable, but if you want the highest profit margin, the Alchemist and Culinarian are the best ones. Now, sadly, the market board list Gilmaking is only for crafters, but as a fisher, you can also still use Leve quests to gather some Leve quest required fish that people usually just buy to complete the Leve quest and get as much XP as possible. My favorite is the Fish for Thought, which requires the Ponderer. It used to be extremely good at around 10k per piece, but I've noticed it dropped to around 2k up to 7k, so do check if it is still worthwhile on your market board, but it is extremely easy to catch. And you don't even have to go anywhere. It is here in Old Charlian, and I'll show on the screen exactly where. If you're a low-level gatherer and you don't know what to go ahead and gather, that is still easy and simple and not too hard on your gear. The cucumbers, any blood tomatoes, and the Thavnerian Perilla leaf are all very easy to go ahead and gather without needing crazy stats. A lot of them are from previous expansions, and they still do sell exceptionally well because they are required for the most current culinarian food and pots, which are being used for raiding. And especially when the ultimate comes out, these prices are going to jump because people are going to be crafting a record ton of foods and pots because so many people will be coming back into the game and coming back into the raid scene. If you're a low-level crafter, then any of these intermediates, especially the leathers, especially Ophiators and Luncheon leathers, and even Sea Swallow leathers from Shadowbringers, also exceptionally well because they are used for leveling and Leve quests and current crafting gear. And if you're interested in the specifics of each class, such as Weaver, Alchemist, and Leatherworker, Fisher, and all the sort, you can go down below and I have an entire playlist of almost all classes. I'm still working on it, on the specifics on how to make a ton of gil with your specific crafter. So now that you have all the important class quests unlocked, all the important master books unlocked, plenty of gil to start pentamelding, or you already have pentamelded your gear, now you can go ahead and start with endgame crafting. So that was everything you can do as a fresh level 90 crafter and or gatherer. I hope this could help you out with all the crazy amount of unlocks, where to go, how to do it. There are a lot of things if you're brand new or if you're on a fresh character, and hopefully I could show you the way. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone that supports me on Twitch, Discord, and YouTube, and our lovely YouTube members. You all keep the channel going. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!